So I normally just dissect hot topics, music, and movies, but I'm going to take you guys on a little journey with Beasley Beauty. Let's watch.
Time can erase together on.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. This is the young prince by the name of Beasley. What's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley here. I hope you all are staying cool, calm, and collected out there. So I kind of wanted to switch things up and do like a vlog slash makeup tutorial slash makeup class because your boy is going to be taking a makeup class from my good friend Deshelle. Me and her used to work at Nordstrom together. Really, she was at first the freelancer at my Mac counter, and then she later got a job at Tom Ford, and we worked very close in proximity together. We became very close. But ever since I started this job at Fenty, your boy has not been doing makeup like that, if not at all. Like, of course, I do like a quick 1-2 on the floor in order to sell the Fenty products, but doing like a full-on face, I gotta say, I have fallen completely out of place. Like, I have just lost really all forms of confidence in doing it, and I am going to have some opportunities to do it coming up, and I want to make sure that I am all the way right. So I want you guys to come on a journey with me while I take a makeup class from one of the best makeup artists I know by the name of Deshelle. All right, you guys, so we're on location in this abandoned garage, okay? So I am here with my model. What's your name, love?
Artria.
Artria, nice to meet you. Isn't she
Nice to meet you
gorgeous?
as well. Thank
Yes, got them pretty eyes. She got on the Liz McGuire.
Hey, check me out.
And this is Deshelle. Say hi, Deshelle. She
Color
is
you for free.
amazing. You guys, I love her. She is dope as fuck. Damn, I already cussed. But anyway, she is dope. She did work with Missy Elliott and also Erica Banks. But we're going to get inside pretty soon. We're locked out right now. Don't know how to get in the room, but we're going to get there soon. So stay tuned. All right, what's up, y'all? It's your boy Beasley doing a little voiceover. Sorry if I sound a little sick because I am a little sick, but I started off moisturizing your girl. The moisturizer that I use is called Embryolisse. I always mess up the word, but I'm starting off with just moisturizing her face. Yeah, so before you put any type of product on your skin, you gotta make sure every crevice is moisturized. Now I'm going in with some eye cream from the brand Element 8. It's really, really good for moisturizing that under eye area. You know, a lot of people go back and forth. Do you need an eye cream? Don't you need an eye cream? Well, before you put any makeup on, eye cream is actually really good as a base to lay the concealer on. And also, some eye creams actually grip the concealer too. So, always use an eye cream. Now moisturizing the lips with Lancome's Precious Cells Lip Balm. I don't know if they still sell this anymore. It was pretty expensive. It was like $50, but you know, your boy got one when I worked at Lancome. You know, I was a Lancome lady for 2 years, so we got some free products. But if you guys can find it online, it's really good and it's worth the dime. And now I'm going in with the One Size Oil Sucker Primer. This is really good to suck up the oil. She's oily in her T-zone, so I'm kind of just focusing it on the nose. And I got Deshelle helping me pat it on in. Now I'm going in with her foundation. I actually ended up having to mix to get her perfect shade. So I used NARS and I also used Half Slabs. I forgot the shades, to be honest with you. But they're amazing if you want like a nice full coverage radiant look. Now that I got the foundation on, I'm focusing on bringing warmth and dimension back into the face. So I'm actually using a concealer shade that is 2 shades darker than her skin to define the cheekbones. This is what you call a contour. So I'm taking that same concealer shade and focusing it on the forehead and a little bit on the eye bone area. You kind of want to make a 3, like a number 3 on the side of the face, which is going to give you a very defined and snatched face. And now I'm taking that same shade and doing her nose contour. Deshelle actually did the other side, and I'm mimicking her side. This actually is a challenge for me and was one of the main reasons I wanted to take a class with Deshelle, to be honest with you. But yeah, you mainly focus that same dark concealer shade on the side of the bridge of the nose. So I'm on to Deshelle's highlighting method. We are using a concealer shade from Too Faced by the name of Cookie. It's about like 2 shades lighter than her skin, so we're gonna start underneath the eye. And now that the concealer is underneath the eye, you want to make a little bit of a tree in the center of the forehead, not touching where you placed the contour shade at, because you're going to end up like blending it all together down the line. And then place that same concealer shade on the chin. So these are the areas where you want the light to hit. And now we are placing our blush. I forgot what I used for this blush shade, but it's very pretty. I think it's in the contour palette, like the same contour palette I used, but yeah, we're just doing like blush placement. So we're showing like different blush placements. You can either place it like on the apples of the cheek, or you could place it like kind of like towards like near the ear area, which will kind of actually lift the face. Now I'm taking the Charlotte Tilbury setting spray to give a little bit of more moisture back into her face and to make those creams a lot easy to blend. Deshelle's going to show me her blending method. We're going to use a beauty blender, and she's starting out with blending the highlighted areas. One thing me and her have in common is we both like to start with the under eye area. A lot of people, it doesn't really matter where you start. You mainly want to focus on the highlighted areas first, and in my opinion, the under eye is just the best place to start. Yes, you want to beat that face to hell. Make it look like some Neapolitan ice cream. So now I'm doing my side. You know, back in the day, you know, as a man, I had a very heavy hand. I used to literally beat the shit out of the girl's face. But, you know, after practice, I developed a very soft, very steady hand when beating the concealer in. You want to go soft and steady when you beat that concealer in. Alrighty, so now I am proceeding to powder her down, especially powdering that under eye. You guys, one thing I've always struggled with is getting that creaseless under eye. And I went through a lot of different powders. So far, my favorite powder is, of course, Laura Mercier's Ultra Blur powder. Absolutely love it. You can really use any powder. Some powders are better than others, but to get that creases under eye, the ticket is to keep your client and keep yourself just looking up before you set that concealer, and then go in with a powder puff and just bake. Just bake it like you're baking cakes. So now I'm going to bronze her up, add some warmth and dimension back into the face with the shade Dark in the MAC Mineralized Skin Finish powder. Y'all love that powder. You can literally use it to set your under eye, set your face. You can use it as a light powder. You can use it to mattify the skin, especially if you don't want to wear any makeup, but add just like a little bit more color and life into the. Now I am running some brow gel through her beautiful brows. She has great brows, but we're going to make them even prettier by filling them in. So I use the gel to kind of just lay them down so they can be frayed a little bit and be like a nice smooth canvas for me to really find and define her shape. Now, one thing about me, I used to do brows very easily, but lately they became a struggle for me. So she's actually using a dip brow. I think we use like the MAC black version of it. I don't really remember, but she's literally just tracing underneath her brow. Brows to me, it's like I was so good at them at one point, and then they just out of nowhere became a challenge for me. And I usually just use a pencil and brow gel, but using like a dip brow, like a brow pomade, what do you call this? Using a dip brow gel underneath to define it really like brings the brows to life versus just doing like a clear brow gel and a pencil like I was doing. So she's showing me how to map them out at the bottom and the top, and I'm going to duplicate. So now I'm just duplicating that other brow, getting it on in, and really taking my time so I can get it down to a science. I ain't gonna lie, I was fucking up a little bit. I was fucking up just a little bit because I was all in my head. But because this is a new method to me, because I don't ever really use dip brow powder pomade, whatever the fuck it is. I usually just use a clear brow gel and a pencil, and that's it. But yeah, that's just me duplicating. By the way, what did y'all have for lunch today? I wanted to go to Chick-fil-A, but I ended up going to Chipotle. I got me, y'all, one hack at Chipotle that would save you money in this trash-ass economy. Get a kid's meal at Chipotle, get the 2 soft tacos, and then they give you 3 sides, so you can get your rice, get your beans, and then you get your protein. And then at the end, choose the kids' chips, and then choose the kids' fountain drink, which is basically like a medium, well, a small drink, but it's damn near a medium size. And then it definitely gives you like enough to really feel something. And then get a side of guac on the side as well, so you can dip the chips in and put them on your tacos and all that. Y'all, that is a great meal to save you guys money. Sometimes they undercharge me $6, but it really usually comes out to like $9 to $10. So a very, very easy meal, easy hack for you guys to eat so you can survive and thrive in this depression. Because y'all call it a recession, but bitch, we're in a depression, a deep dick depression. Y'all, I'll just be rambling. This was Dead Space. But this is me finishing out the brows. And now I'm going to go back in with a Morphe pencil and dark brown and just really like buff them up and fill them in. Now when you fill in your brows at the beginning, you just want to do like feather-like strokes to make it look natural. And then you can go in and literally like shade them in, and then you can use the spoolie to really brush that product in and make it look even natural. I just said hey. But yeah. The brows, like I said, I used to be great at them, but then out of nowhere they became a hindrance to me. I think also because I'm left-handed too. I'm a left-handed makeup artist, so that makes things even more complicated. But yeah, this is me filling in the brows. Now I'm gonna go ahead and carve out the brows. You could also just use the same concealer that you used earlier, or you can go a little bit brighter depending on how much you want your eyeshadow to pop, because you're going to use that concealer to carve underneath the brows, carve on the top, and you could just drag it on down to the eyelid to make it a primer for some eyeshadow. Now that we got the concealer on, you're going to set it, well, we are going to set it with a eyeshadow that's a little bit darker than her skin, but still looking natural. And one thing about me, I'm good with eyeshadow, but at the same time, I'm trying to perfect my placement, and she's showing me how to perfect the placement, but still set the makeup and make the eyeshadow still look natural. But yeah, this is a foundation for it to pop because we're going to add some depth to it and also some shimmer. So just like we added depth to the face, we're adding depth to the eye by giving her a smoky eye. Miss Deshelle is showing me the eyeshadow placement. It's a very simple eyeshadow look, but like I said, this class is for me to get back into the swing of things. So we're placing a dark brown in the corner of the eye. You always want to do your darker shades on the outer corner of the eye so they can open up and really make the eye pop. I'm going to show it in a little bit, but the palette that I'm actually using is one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes. It's the Wedding Bridals Excel palette from the brand P. Louise. Love that palette. I think it's sold out again. I don't know if she's going to put it out again, but be on the lookout. That is one of the best eyeshadow palettes ever made. Like the pigment, the shimmers, ugh. Y'all going to see in a second, but yeah, this is us adding depth to the eye. So this is what the palette actually looks like, and I'm going in with my shimmer shade on the eye. It's like a golden, like a yellow gold color. Super beautiful. Me, I love shimmers. I rarely do just a matte eye with no shimmer unless my client doesn't want shimmer, and I have had clients that didn't want shimmer, and even then it's hard for me to not put shimmer. I'm a glitter guy. I'm a glitter person. I love glitters, glimmer, and shimmer, but this is like a nice natural champagne gold. It was a yellow gold, but it looks like a champagne on her eye. Love it. Simple, but an elevated natural. Alright, so I already added the shimmer, and now we're going to add a metallic gold to the inner corner to open it up more. Now you guys, this portion of the video is where I kind of pissed myself off because I was so in the zone that I was getting in front of the camera, so I'm annoyed at myself that a lot of footage is going to be cut because I was literally standing in the way, kind of like I am right now. Ugh. Beasley, get your shit together. Now, y'all, I am getting steps to do the bane of almost every makeup artist's existence, which is a wing. Now, a wing is a challenging thing. I can do it on myself, but doing it on other people is a challenge, especially because I'm left-handed, so I gotta like finagle and twist my wrist in different kind of ways in order for it to like really stay and really get stamped on there evenly. But she does it well. She does it with no problem, especially because she's right-handed. Like being left-handed is a cripple and a handicap. But I'm getting it on there. The trick is to not breathe. Like don't breathe at all. But I'm doing the damn thing, getting it on there. And this class made me ease in on doing it a lot better than I normally was. Now I am setting her face with the One Size setting spray. The One Size setting spray is actually a fixing spray, which means it's going to fix the makeup in place, and it's also going to mattify the face and make it last all day, all night. You could fall asleep in it, and you won't see any crumbles in sight. But yeah, it's good to like let them fan off so it could dry a lot quicker, especially because you want to do this before you do any type of like things on the eye, like mascara, for example, or eyeliner. I mean, you can use eyeliner, but you want to do it before you put your mascara on. So now I'm going in and doing the mascara mainly on the bottom lash. I forgot to mention I ended up doing the lashes and also the liner and the lip liner and the lip gloss off camera. Well, it was on camera, but my big ass got in the way of the camera, so I had to cut it out. But we mainly did like a brown lip liner, a nude lipstick with a clear gloss on top, beautiful lip combo. That's like the good everyday lip combo for the black girls, for the brown girls. And the lashes are some lashes that I got off Amazon. I forgot the name of them, but they're very cheap. They're like $8, and they give you about like 24 in one pack. They're really, really good. But I'm definitely doing her bottom lash to give her that doll lash look, and this is going to finish the look. And this is the completed look, A Beat by Beasley. Stay tuned for more.
Time can't erase. Yeah.